Is that like a time lapse?
I was gonna put it on a time lapse, but I don't know if it is.
Just
When I was younger, my friends and stuff were doing music, and then I got into music, and I thought I was a rapper, and then I realised that spoken word is a thing, and I'm not a rapper, I'm a poet, and I feel like I found my place now. I went to go see YA perform in Wembley, and I thought YA was a rapper as well. I didn't know she was a poet. And I turned up there, and it was literally just the warmest day of my life. Like, it was just, everyone was so nice. The community was insane. Like, everyone just knew each other. Everyone was just bigging each other up. If someone wasn't as confident, the whole room was giving them that confidence. Like, it was just a beautiful space. And let us hear you. We are the writers, the ones pulling all-nighters to figure out what life is. We write to gain clarity. Our words are given as charity to those humble enough to take them. We don't know it all. And see, maybe we're the ones at fault, because see, we take paracetamol for everyone's headaches. The anxiety that brings, taking medicine that you don't even need. Look, I don't know about you, but at night I lie awake, completely still, but somehow I still shake because it's all too much to take. Why doesn't anyone trust? Is 2,000 years not enough for us to have learned that we just need love, learning to love? Learning lust isn't enough. Learning to love everyone, not love because you wanna, but love because you was made from the same mud. Just love. From the writers to you, love is the answer. Take it if you're humble enough to. Sometimes I have to read off the page. Well, not a page, my phone, because see, if I took a page to the stage, it would shake, and then I'd hear it, I'd get distracted, and my voice would break, and then I'd start to shake like the paper shakes, because see, when I get to the stage sometimes, I forget I'm sick sometimes. I start feeling sick sometimes, and I have to take a breath, hold it in, and now I think I'm wasting time. I forget how effortlessly I can rhyme. I mean, I'm sublime, kind. I try to find like minds to share my time. I like grime. I have a divine design to combine rhymes with the time to align and refine my message. But my message is only a percentage of the passage. There is no advantage in my message if I don't hear yours too. So come through. Let us hear you. And I just thought it would be, I was just thinking about why do we write? Because like that was one of the questions that I wanted to ask everybody here. Like, what is it that got you into poetry? And then I just thought, like, why do we write objectively as well as like subjectively? Like, objectively, why do writers write? Like, what are we trying to do with this? And I think we are kind of really just out here in the middle of the night, awake for no reason, just stressing about life. And I think that is what writers do. And I think that is how you become a writer. You just get stressed out about life enough to like want to have to actually write it out.
Stairs. Because policing doesn't touch those with money. They're too busy protecting and lining each other's pockets. They hope those
Whatever else, you see something and then you're just like, oh, and then you're just like writing stuff out, but then you don't even realize that stuff can resonate to actually so many people. Like, there's a lot of people's inner thoughts, like, but people just don't share them, and we need to start. Like, my writing process is always like, I always describe it as quite unconscious. Like, I don't plan to write, like, but if I'm inspired by something and I write down a line, I can just keep going down a page and almost learn stuff from what I'm writing. Like, I might not think I have shit figured out, and then I might start writing about something and I'm like, raw, that makes sense, like, that's good advice, but I don't know that, you know, it's kind of unconscious. I don't know how to describe that, but yeah.
No, 100%.
I want to start a conversation, and I want you to speak. Tell me your thoughts on our nation. Why does a rich man get that much more than the poor? Why are the people eating off the floor? Why is this how we're living? Why is this the path that we all walk? Shit, man, why don't we just talk? Let's talk. Let's talk about the world. Let's talk about faults. Let's chat about all that is wrong. Let's chat about Johnson, Biden, Putin, Kim Jong-un and Trump. Like, how are these our leaders? Look, all they do is deceive us. Like, they have us believing that they're helping us eat, but they're taking our food straight from our plates and they're having their feast right in front of our face from the money that we all make. Like, why is it the answers, they're not available? Furthermore, nor society ever being stable, but see, they say they're more than capable. Look, even so, there is no security for the minority. There is no insurance of health, let alone any assurance of wealth. Like, why is this how we're living? Why is this the path that we all walk? Shit, man, why don't we just talk? Let's talk. Let's talk about greed. See, when you're born in a world where they only teach greed, when you're taught to take from another man's plate to eat, when you're taught that that's the only way to succeed, look, we got to start cooking up a meal for our own team. Understand there ain't no time for this nonsense beef. Understand you're more than what they've told you to be. Look, there's books out there other than just the ones they've told you to read. I don't want to live this cookie cutter life. The degree that we need, that they say that we need to achieve, and we get it and we see that this world is all about greed. And tell me, baby, please, what did it help you to achieve? Are you living in the hills? Have you paid all of your bills? Are you happy inside? Or do you still feel alone in this life? Look, you're alone in this life and you don't know why, but it's because you've accepted this cookie cutter life. Look, these puppet strings, they have you dancing, working 9 to 5, thinking you've got it figured out and everything's all good. But look around. You're still stuck in that same hood. There's still kids crying and there's still youths dying, man. They don't care and they never will. It's part of a system that sets us up to fail. So we're left with the question of how can we prevail? For starters, I beg everyone stop quoting the Daily Mail. From listening to like music and imagining the stories, like I want to do that. Like I want people to picture what I'm thinking or saying through what I'm writing. So like a lot of my pieces are very storytelling type vibes, but that's just because rap be inspiring me.
And just as a final question, what advice would you say to your younger self?
You don't have to have everything figured out. You will never have everything figured out. You will never at any point be like, yeah, this exactly makes sense. It never works that way. You just got to keep doing exactly what you want to do and what is going to make you feel better.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
You ready?
So,
Let's hope so.
let's hope so.
Caught in 4K. I'm joking.
Today was absolutely amazing. I got to see some poets that I have heard about, but I've never actually seen before. So that was beautiful. Yeah, man, I just think this whole spoken lyric journey is just inspiration, really. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's awesome. So in your own like time, in your own kind of like creative bubble, what is it that you do specifically? Like, what do you do?
I am a writer. I write poetry. I sing. I make music. I just love to be creative, to be honest. Like, I actually draw a lot as well. I love being creative in any way that I can, to be honest. I like the fact that creativity just allows you to get something out that you might not be able to verbalize, but you know, you feel. So it's like almost like a feeling that you can make into a physical thing. And that's just what I love about being creative.
What's the value spoken lyric provides for other poets?
I think spoken lyric provides so much value. Like, I think the whole aim behind spoken lyric is like knowing that you can be a writer, like anyone can be a writer. You just need to work on your craft. You need to surround yourself with people that are also doing what you're doing and build that community. We're trying to establish a community so that it's a lot easier for people to just jump into, I guess. Because I think for a lot of us, it was even getting into spoken word was like tiptoeing around and not really knowing that there was a scene, and then kind of discovering it through just going to an event or something. So I would just want it to be a bit more readily available, readily accessible, more just mainstream for poetry to be a thing. Like, I'm trying to bring poetry to Spotify. Let's go.
Do you see poetry coming to Spotify? Do you see that?
I do, yes, I do. I definitely do. I know a few of my friends are working on poetry EPs. I'm working on a poetry EP. I actually want to do ideally, I would love to do like a mass project where we just holler all the poets that we know and everyone is creating a poetry EP to then be like, this is how many of us there are, this is what we're doing, we're here. But we need money, guys. People might not know what poetry is, and that's why they don't see the need or the reason to fund it or invest or kind of make the scene bigger. But honestly, Like, poetry is the most beautiful community ever. Like, I think everyone is just down to help each other. It's just sick, and we need to put money into it so that we can get money out of it.
Thank you, brother.
It's a wrap.
So much. So, was it more hard than you thought it was going to be? It was exactly what